Hey guys, Megan here with Barn Besties. I'm in Southern California and I'm here with Kevin at the ranch. So what are we standing in front of?
This is our hay shed. We just built this. Prior to this, we had hay kind of scattered at all the stalls with tarps, which is not ideal at all. So we just created this. Luckily, we had a couple little retaining walls on both sides that were already existing. Okay. So we were able to just go off those retaining walls, build up all around it, create little spaces for all the different horses, for all their hay, for all their tack. And,
how often do you fill it? Like, first of all, where do you get your hay in California?
Well, different boarders get it from different places.
Okay, so the boarders are responsible for their own hay?
For the most part.
Oh, cool.
Our trainer takes care of most people's hay. Okay. And then a few of the others get their own. But we are working towards a system to get a big delivery all at once.
Like at the Roundup or Roundup
either
feed,
Roundup,
I think.
Actually, one of our boarders, they've been around in the horse jumping world forever. They get big trailer fulls from Idaho and have it shipped down because the price of hay in Idaho is about half of what it is here.
Yes, it is.
And you can get a big, trailer full and just get it all at one time. We'll stuff this as much as possible.
Yep. And so your boarders are responsible for bringing their own feed. They're allowed in the feed room. I can see there's no lock on the door.
Yes.
Is that and that's these are things we want to talk about. Is that a problem? Is that fine? Is it working well for you?
Yeah, no, it works good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Everyone is, just has their own set of feed. Our feeders, or the trainer's feeders, just go off and they've got a list of whose is whose, and they just feed. Obviously, when the horse owners come, they can feed extra if they want, or they can do whatever they want with their own feed.
Yep. And is it labeled because
typically,
how do you know it doesn't walk off? That's my question.
So we're kind of on the trust system in a lot of ways.
Wonderful.
Yeah, everyone's pretty honest
and capable.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So everyone's pretty honest and trustworthy to do their own thing. Occasionally if someone runs out, we borrow from somebody else, pay it back. Yep. But so that works out good.
This is wonderful.
Yeah.
And so different feeds are in here.
Yep.
And then we talk about delivery. I see that you put pallets. I love it how it's cement.
Yes.
So I have a dirt floor, and usually what ends up happening is my bottom layer molds.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And I love how, and why would you put a pallet down? Probably the same reason, right?
Yep. It lets airflow and
underneath. So you guys, these are great tips.
And if it ever does get wet, it just, gets
it goes under the pallet.
On the ground, it goes under the pallet.
Yeah. Your hay won't mold. So that is a super tip for when storing hay. You want to have a pallet down. Maybe if you can afford it, you can have a cement floor or a wood floor. I've been thinking about putting in plywood on my floor. And then I also notice you have trash cans. And so that's where you put grain, correct?
Yes.
And those are easy to label. And everyone brings their own trash can. They put their feed. And they're also responsible for knowing when the feed is low. Yeah. You don't have to call them. They do it themselves.
Usually. Or else our feeders will notify somebody if there's somebody that doesn't come around a lot. They'll say, hey, just let them know, hey, your feed's low. And, they'll come replenish, or we'll get it for them or whatever. Awesome. But and then the metal is the way to go because the keeps out rodents too.
You have mice.
They can't. So they can't ever chew through the plastic or.
I did not know this. So my first year coming to California, I used a Rubbermaid container. And it's plastic, right? Yeah. And so I put it at the place that I was boarding, put my feed in. Guess what? A hole in the bottom of the can. That has never happened in Wisconsin. You wouldn't think
they could pull that off with the hard plastic, but they do it
right through. So that is also a really important tip that you may want, depending on the location, on where you're building your barn, you may want to have metal trash bins. So cool. Is there any other things that you might want to share with us or advice to someone building a barn or a feed room?
Not necessarily. There's all different ways you can do it, obviously. Even roofing, we went with just the thin, easy roof. It's much less expensive.
It's metal. Or do you call it
This is
tin?
actually a plastic. This is
No
like a corrugated
way.
plastic.
Oh.
So it's very lightweight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I have never. I'm learning new things.
Yep.
The whole point of our channel.
Yep.
And then I also see that you've put like a glue, or it's a seal?
I did.
Yeah.
So that one of the mistakes I made.
Okay.
Was that this is almost 20 feet. It's about 19 feet 8 inches across. So these panels come in 12 feet or 8 foot size. Okay. So I figured 20 feet, you know, it'll give me about 3 inches of overlap. Well, in some areas I got down to about 1.5 inches of overlap, and really it should be more than that. So I probably should have went with all 12 footers and just let them overlap by like 4 feet, and we would have had 0 issues. But we did get a few leaks the first rain. Now we're down to like maybe just a couple drips. Okay. But it drips out here where it's not a big deal. It's not hitting the hay. Yeah. So that was the reason I had to go back and do all that. So I created extra work for myself.
That's it. I mean, how do you know until you build? And then you know. Yeah. I always think, wow, I would love to rebuild my farm knowing what I know now, right? Yeah. Like, because I've made so many mistakes, and that's also the point of the channel. So that way you guys can learn from us. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for showing us your feed room. You guys hit the like button, make some noise. Please share, and definitely hit the subscribe button so we can continue making awesome videos. Thank you.